It's Tuesday afternoon, and you know what that means. It's time for Randominity with the Random Christian Show. Today, the Random Christian Show is interviewing author Dale Valor. The Random Christian Show is brought to you by Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena, a unique blended salsa loaded with cilantro and just the right amount of heat. Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena is available in stores across Northern California, Colorado, Nevada, and Southern Oregon. To find a store near you, just visit mrsafamous.com. The Random Christian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. The Advisor is a Facebook group created by Colonel James Neil Broadus, composed of multi-talents such as actors, directors, artists, writers, and more. If you fall into this category, contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. The Random Christian Show can now be seen on the Good Wives Network, TV for women by women. The Good Wives Network is streaming now over on Roku, Android TV, and Amazon TV. Intro music provided by the Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify and at deadcampers.com. Next week, the Random Christian Show is interviewing Todd Huber from the Skateboarding Hall of Fame. My name is Andy, and now here's your host, Christian Random.
Yes, I know. Yes, a loaf of bread, milk, and he'll be here in 5-10 minutes. Okay.
Man.
All right. Well, we're waiting. We're waiting. All right. And yes, there's security, so it's also okay. Very well. All right. Mom, I gotta go.
We're live.
Christian. We're live. Welcome to the show. Hey, hi. I'm Christian.
My name is Andy. Yeah.
And I'm outdated Christian, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm Red Flag Andy, by the way.
Yeah, I'm a little scared about that one, Andrew.
What? I got red flags. I got red flags. I don't look the best on paper. I really don't.
And yet you've been married how long?
Oh, you had to ask that, didn't
you? Oh
man. No, it's really easy. It's 11 years.
Well, there you go.
It's my son plus one.
Very, very nice. Well played. Played. Welcome to the Random Christian Show. It is Tuesday. It's 4-ish Central Time, 2-ish Pacific Time, and 5-ish East Coast. Nobody cares really about Mountain Time.
Nobody does. No.
You know, it's weird. It's just weird. Mountain Time is weird. I know.
Why is it weird?
I don't know.
It did throw me off when I was in Nashville, though. I thought I was on the East Coast when I was only 2 hours ahead.
Yeah, it's because you're right there on the cusp too.
That was Central. I guess that was Central Time, but yeah, totally screwed me up when I was in Nashville.
Yeah, smack dab in the middle of the old U.S. of A.
Yeah.
If you were in the U.S. of A, you'd be the S. That's where you were.
Hey, I am the S, man. What are you talking about?
You the shizzle, brah. My brizzle. Anyways,
wait a minute. Okay, so you were talking to your mom. Who's almost here?
Our special guest. We have
a special guest today, aside from Dale Valor.
Besides Dale Valor, dating coach, guru, author. We have a very special guest to help us out with our random 9 list. I pulled a few strings, and basically I blew our budget, and I gave away a hat, and, which, by the way, we do have these for sale, and our random Christian hermetically sealed t-shirts.
That's good.
And yeah, it's good that they're sealed because there's things that happen.
Want to thank the doctor again one more time for the B.
Yes. Have you been enjoying yours, sir? Because I've definitely Beyond Energy drinks. If they are out near you, check them out. They trigger the dopamine effect, and I'm telling you, dude, I do my intermittent fasting by about 10:30, 11 is usually when I'm done.
Yeah,
crack me open a B.
And you're good?
I'm good. Nice. I am good for the day, man. And you're talking to a guy who gets up at, today I was up at midnight. And I had to switch shifts. And anyway, long story short,
well, that
I got to fire my bee up, and I'll tell you, it's a good thing because daddy needed his bee.
Wow.
So yeah, and
you should never ever wake up on the same day that you fall asleep. That's like a rule that I live by. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to figure out my my sleeping schedule, even for myself. It's kind of a rough little ticket that I tend to bear, but
that's why I always feel bad texting you. I have no idea if you're asleep or not.
Nobody does.
That's what. And it's like 1 o'clock over here. I figured it's 3 over there. I figured that's safe, and then I text you, and you're just like, "Dude, you woke me up. What the hell, man?"
The sun is directly overhead where I'm at. Where's it at in your sky?
Hey, System Paradox is here. Let's enable the chat.
Whole System Paradox.
Ahoy, System Paradox.
Ahoy! Welcome aboard. Yes, and so we have enabled our chat already, so feel free to join in with us as you are watching and listening along. Now, again, for the people listening later on the podcast version of the show, make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe. Spread the word around to all the kids and neighbors and strangers in the street. Just tell them, hey, you need to listen to the Random Christian Show. It's Christian with a K. Listen to this show. It is amazing. And Daniela, hello. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a great guest, Dale Valor, like I said, is going to be joining us. Got a little surprise that we're waiting for our random 9 list. Oh, and our new little trick that we like to do here. Just because, we are on the iHeart Radio network system now. We have been. We like to make fun of their news headlines because they send it to us on a daily and weekly basis. And so we decided to go with the weekend wrap up of their what they consider news. And so we just found a few choice headlines to go with here. So we have one. Let's start with the cucumbers. Apparently, if you smell cucumbers in your house, it could be a very dangerous issue.
So my question is, what do cucumbers smell like? Because they taste like nothing.
No. They taste like horrible potato chips. If we all learned anything from last week, they taste horrible as a potato chip.
It tastes like almost solid water. Like that's what a cucumber tastes like.
Yeah.
How do I know if my house smells like a cucumber?
Well,
wait. Let me guess. There is a very expensive detectable device that I can now purchase, right? To make sure that the cucumber smell stays out of my house.
Yes, it's called kicking the vegan out of your house. That's right. You're no longer allowed to be here. We're going back to eating meat, and the protein shakes are gone, and the weird potato chips from Asia. Do you not remember me eating the cucumber potato chips last week?
No, I remember you eating the cucumber potato chips.
It was absolutely disgusting.
Well, but I remember, but cucumbers have no taste. They literally have no taste.
Unless they're a potato chip.
I couldn't pick out a cucumber flavor from a lineup if I was blindfolded and you gave me 5 different things. Like, pick out the cucumber. Can't.
I don't know, but now all I can think of is the scene in National Lampoon's Animal House, and anyway.
Oh, lineups make me think of Usual Suspects.
Lineups, right?
Yeah, a lineup. If I had to pick something out of a lineup, that's what I said.
Oh yes. Well, I'm sorry. Okay.
And a prison lineup makes me think of The Usual Suspects.
Yes. I'm like a bad condiment ketchup, and I'm almost there. So anyway, so that one's gone. Moving on to our next headline.
Okay.
But also the other reason is that water moccasins smell like cucumbers, like musty cucumbers. That's the real reason, not the fake reason. I'm just.
What the hell?
In case you're ever out in the forest, water moccasins smell, and they're very poisonous and bad. So if you smell it in your why
do we have a cricket sounder on the soundboard?
Yeah, we do actually. It also means there's crickets in your house.
All right, please don't tell me there's another cucumber story.
No, and there's no stories of death.
Thank you for both of those.
Yes. Let's see. You know what? This one. I think this one is this will help bring us back.
What do we got?
Let's see. Extremely rare creature spotted off the coast of the Hawaiian Islands. Later on, they just found out it was Oprah on a yacht. Okay.
Oh.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
Right.
Hey, we're here all week.
There it is.
Tip your waitresses. All right.
Okay. And some of these just this one's pretty good. Passengers stuck upside down on an amusement park ride for 30 minutes. Now remember, these are the headlines of the week from iHeartRadio.
Somebody's got a really bad job over there.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. Little did they realize they were just on the new roller coaster ride called the Millennial. It gives up halfway through because it's just too much.
Hey-o.
There it is. And the rest of these we're gonna give iHeart another week
to figure out their stuff.
Woman gets pregnant while pregnant, gives birth to different aged twins. I missed that one. And now I'm really sad that I don't have time to read that. Okay, and here's just one more, just to give you an idea of
Clearly
what iHeart
didn't take Dale's dating advice.
Well, we're gonna have to ask Dale about that one. So if we're on a date and she brings up the fact she's got two different age twins growing inside her, and they might be mine.
The whole point of twins were that they were the same age.
Or if that's a double date.
Don't they? Oh, hey-o.
Hey-o.
We can go all show on this
one. Michigan Lighthouse offers free stay to anyone who finds a message in a bottle. Okay. I'll send a bottle. SOS. Yeah. Okay. So there it is. The iHeart Weekly News. I deleted it. It's gone. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for that.
And Daniela Paul, you are correct. No. Look, everybody's happy. The news is over. Oh, Daniela.
Yeah, clearly they get paid for clickbait because man.
Well, that one did I'm getting cued. We may have our special guest here.
Is our guest here?
I think so. So I am going to go bring them in. Andy, if you can,
you're gonna make me cover.
You're gonna have to cover for a minute while I. Okay, I will be right back.
Go get your guest. We'll come back and he'll help us with the random 9 list. Once again, if you guys are here on the audio portion, our guest today is Dale Valor. He's an author. He is a dating guru. He is an expert. We are going to get all of our great dating advice from him and just learn about the guy and see how he got into this and all that good stuff. Now, though, we're going to go to the random 9 list. And our random 9 list today is going to be 9 random things that you don't do on a first date. So again, 9 random things you should not do on a first date. And hopefully our guest, I guess we have a special guest today. I'm never told these things. As the co-host, never told these things. It's not the Random Andy show, it's the Random Christian show, right? So Andy never finds out about this stuff. So I literally found out we had a guest when Christian was on the phone. I don't know what we're getting. I don't know who's going to be here. I don't know if he knows anything. That's true, System Paradox. I wouldn't fart on a first date either. But again, if you fart on a first date and she doesn't say anything, you might have found a keeper.
Yeah, come on, just this way.
Wait. I think our guest has arrived. Oh no.
Cool, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. Look, maracas.
Oh geez. All right, I can hear a little bit about what's going on back there, and this seems
all right.
This seems rough. This already seems rough.
What? Okay. Well, here we go.
All right. Let's see. Who is this? Who is this coming in?
Hey, put these on. All right.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like
hey, I'm on camera again. People like
former U.S. President Bill Clinton is here to help us with
our
random 9 list.
Whoa! Mr.
President, how are you?
Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Mr. President. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. I'm on vacation. I'm away from Hillary. Things are great. Things are good. I'm enjoying myself quite a bit. Oh, I may have to get the spectacles for this one here.
Oh yeah.
So what is this? What are we doing?
Yeah. So, Mr. President, this is a live stream podcast that we like to do. We are.
You need me to play my sax?
No, thank you. No. What we need you to do today is we need you to help us with our random 9 list.
What's this do? Oh my God! You got an audience. How's that work? All right. Hey.
All right. So, Mr. President, we're going to need you to help us with our random 9 list.
Random 9 list. That's what this is. I got it.
And our random 9 list today is 9 random things not to do on a first date.
Oh, well, I don't need a list for this. I know these by heart. And I'm just saying, I've got these things planned out. I know.
Okay.
All right. That's why I, as the 42nd president of the United States, I had a plan. I had a mission. And
so Mr. President, why don't you start us off with number 9?
I rocked out with Fleetwood Mac, by the way. I'm just saying.
Oh, of course, as you should, sir. Yes.
I may need spectacles for this.
Okay. Can we get the president some glasses, please?
Hey, Cliff. Yeah. Give me my. Hold on one sec. I got Cliff.
You know what? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Apparently, our production crew is just have dropped the ball here. You know, obviously, we're a lower tier video podcast here.
Cliff is my secret. He's just a good friend.
Okay. All right.
He's a guy that carries a gun and hangs out with me.
Well, yeah. I mean, as
I got a gun.
As an ex-president. You deserve a good Secret Service man.
Well, they say I'm an ex-president. All right, number 9. All right,
number 9.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to push a button here. Hang on.
Okay.
That's not it. That was loud. All right, let's see. Here we go. Oh, I got to press the
There you go.
drum.
Give us there you go.
There it is. All right, 9 random things not to do on a first date. Well, never ask how many berets do they own.
Oh, Mr. President.
Whoa.
Mr.
I'm getting the hang.
President.
I'm going to start my own show.
Mr. President.
We're going to have some fun here. All right.
Number 8. I'll handle number 8.
You handle number 8. Oh,
9 random things. 9 random things not to do on a first date. Mention that you are the Pacific Northwest premier Star Wars memorabilia collector.
Wow, you're a nerd.
Yes, 100%.
Hey. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I definitely wouldn't do that.
No, not on a first date. Yeah.
That's a mood killer right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Number 7.
Number 7. Show off. Yeah. I don't need notes for this.
Number 7, sir.
Show off my cigar collection. Hell yeah!
Of course. Wow. Okay.
And it's been around the world, if you know what I mean. Dude. Cliff, that was horrible. Why are you throwing these things in my ear? I got a little earpiece also that.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yes.
It's all right. No, we're good. Put the gun away. He's just the host of the show, man. Dude, relax. Hey,
is Christian in?
Cigarette. He's kind of stressed out. He's
already in handcuffs.
got him up against the wall. He's kind of choke holding him out. So.
Oh, okay. Well, just keep him alive for the rest of the show.
We'll bring him back. He'll resuscitate him here shortly.
Yeah. Right. As long as he wakes up after this bit is done, we're good.
Yeah, there we go. We got chicks. All right. Number 6.
9 random things you shouldn't do on a first date. Agree to a second.
I'm getting the hang of this.
You're doing great, Bill. Agree to a second date as long as it doesn't interfere with my Star Trek live action role play.
You are such a nerd, man. Wow. But hey, if it works for you, do the chicks dig?
I'm not going to let love get in the way.
Is that what this
saving
is
the universe? That's exactly what that's for. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just a good place to hide some cigarettes or something. I know. All right.
Number 5. Number 5, Mr.
Buttons
President.
on my special friends that hang out with me. Number 5. Oh yeah. Never ask if you can visit their Oval Office.
Oh.
Yeah. No, they don't really appreciate that. Well,
I don't think so.
And, I know a couple that Hillary wasn't. That was a big downer for her.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God! Somebody, no BJ's under the presidential desk. Hey, what happens? Okay, never mind.
No, right.
Moving on, I guess we'll move on to number 4.
Number 4. 9 random things not to do on a first date. Ask her how she feels about appearing in an episode of Sister Wives.
Hey, yo. That'd be kind of hot, though. Maybe,
Mr. President.
Maybe I should talk to Hillary about that. Joining that little commune out in Utah or wherever it is. I'm just saying. Hey, some of them, though, man, doggos.
Well, yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
That's wrong. Right. Hey, see my
number
hat?
3.
I'm on vacation.
Right, of course.
Had a few drinks, by the way, and some cigars.
I wouldn't expect anything less. You did give 8 years of your life as a service to this country,
and it took the hell out of me, man. I'm telling you, just like Monica. Okay. Whoa, and my good buddy Cliff over here, he's the one whispering this in my ear. Me and Cliff.
Yeah.
We're tight. So we hang out together. We do a lot of things together. Cliff's from the Secret Service. I'm just letting y'all know. He's not just a friend. He's my bodyguard. We do everything together. Everything.
Oh, Mr. President.
Oh yeah, Cliff, that was weird. Why would you tell me that? That's not even the right one. You're a freak, dude. That's why I love you, though. You're awesome. All right. Oh, there's a dog barking. Things are getting weird out there.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, okay, hello. Cliff's a weirdo. All right. I love you, though, brother. All right, number 2.
Number 2,
I got things to do.
Random things to do, not to do on a first date. Look your date over and mention that she might be able to fit in my Princess Leia gold bikini costume.
Whoa. That's hot. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Let's what are the measurements on? Never mind. All right.
Right. Yeah. And the number 1, Mr. President, if you wouldn't mind bringing us home on this list here.
Hey-o. This one is this is written in big bold letters here. Number 1, reason random 9 things not to do on a first date. Mention you have your own podcast.
Oh,
wow. that would be a mood killer right there in a heartbeat. Wow. Well, that sucks. That means it's over, ain't it?
Yes, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Once again,
people applauding. I guess I got to resuscitate him. Wake him up.
No, bring him back.
Okay.
Mr. President, once again, you've given your service. Thank you so much
to
giving your service. Absolutely. I would love to have you back on as a guest.
I want to hang out with you.
And if Christian doesn't come, if Christian doesn't come too, I might need you as a co-host.
Hey, I don't need these anymore. Yeah. Thanks. Cliff, wake him up.
All right. Slap him away.
I gotta go. I got parties, and I'm in KC. I gotta get some barbecue.
There you go. Rip it up, Bill. Rip it up.
Thank y'all. Y'all be good.
Thank you, Bill. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe that just happened. That was former President Bill Clinton helping us with the Random 9 list. So as soon as Christian comes to, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsor, and then the man, dating expert, author, Dale Valor is going to come up here, and we are going to learn all about his book, and maybe he can help us out with what not to do on a first date as well. Because obviously our list is a little biased. Hey, Chris, how you feeling?
Hey.
What
happened?
You do well. Apparently the president was here.
President.
Yeah.
Next thing I know,
Cliff had you in a chokehold, huh? Oh, he can't hear me. Cliff, Secret Service guy.
Kind of.
Guy with the big hands, apparently.
Wow, I got a headache. We should go to commercial.
I think we should collect ourselves here.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. All right.
Okay. So we're gonna.
How about some Mrs. A Salsa Buena? What do you say?
Hit that.
I need a drink. Hey-o, do you like salsa? Are you tired of pretending you like what the mass-produced companies are giving you? Well, now you don't have to. That's right, Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena is here to treat you right. They got 3 flavors like medium, hot, and salsa verde, all made with fresh, all-natural ingredients in a unique blended, authentic salsa with fresh cilantro and no onions. That's right, no more onion breath for you. It's the perfect complement to your favorite foods like burritos, steaks, flautas, nachos, enchiladas, chicken, and of course, chips. But there's so much more. Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena has gone from a reward for her students now to the shelves in over 500 stores in California, and now it's expanded to Oregon, Nevada, Wyoming, and soon across the US of A. Amazingly fresh, all-natural, authentic, and delicioso, Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena is near you. To find out where, go to www.mrsafamous.com, and you'll also get some great recipes, info, and so much more. Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena. Reward yourself and eat buena. Oh, what is that? Sounds like the Cadillac Tramps on a little killing floor coming at us. And what no better way to have some music to introduce a guy, the dating guru, the man from Michigan that's showing us how it's done. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring to the show Mr. Dale Valor. What's up, buddy?
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
All right, buddy. How you doing, my man?
Good. Hey, I want to add number 10
to
the random list.
Give us number 10, please.
Don't bring Slick Willie on your first date with you as a wingman. That guy's terrible.
No.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
Lord. Dude,
terrible.
They knocked me out. The next thing I know, I thought he was giving me a little high five. I'm blacked out. Don't know what happened.
Was it chloroform? That's number 11. Number 11 not to do on a first date. Don't bring chloroform.
Yeah, no, that's.
And I'll tell you this. You know what? You had brought up cucumbers earlier, not having any taste.
Whoa.
This is how you know. No. Hear me out. This is how you know that cucumbers don't have any taste. Because is there any other food product that is cucumber flavored?
Yes. Potato chip.
So last week we Christian attempted cucumber flavored potato chips. I asked them if they tasted like anything.
Grass.
I didn't get it.
Like they smelled like cucumbers. They tasted like grass. It was.
It's such a cop out. It's such a cop out. Potato chip flavor. I'm sorry. It's like I feel very, very passionately about the cucumber flavor.
No, you feel very passionate about me suffering and making me ill. So that's great.
Okay, let's look at what it is.
Yeah.
Right. So that is an outlier.
Yes.
The cucumber chips, I've never even heard of such a thing. Okay.
Well, they're from Asia.
Turns out they're terrible. All right.
Yeah.
Like there's no cucumber flavored barbecue sauce.
Right.
There's no cucumber flavored candy.
Right.
There's no cucumber flavored peanut butter. You know what I mean? Like even like flavored water.
Right.
There's no cucumber flavored water.
Right.
Pickle juice, maybe.
Yeah.
But they don't really count.
Every once in a while, I see one of the big water tanks with a couple cucumber slices in it. You know what it tastes like?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like water still.
Yeah, every time I'm at the Days Inn,
right?
I'm like, oh, there's the cucumber.
Oh, yeah,
water.
right, exactly.
Whoa! Red alert! Red alert! There's too many cucumbers. Oh, good God!
We've officially hit the cucumber word limit for the show.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, I'm getting a word from the
secret word
from the FDA. We can no longer say the C word anymore.
Yeah.
And here I was going to make a joke about sausage party,
right?
But.
It's a cucumber party. It's a cucumber.
Now we've hit the sausage party limit. That happened like that. Just no more.
Oh.
And then a little. There he is. There's Wilhelm.
There we go. Yep.
All right. Hey, Dale. Welcome. Now I'm autocorrecting. Good God.
See, it wasn't autocorrect. It was not autocorrect.
I was not.
I hear you, Christian, with a C. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
There you go.
I was knocked unconscious. And did you notice Bill had the same kind of goatee I did?
It was impressive, man.
How cool is that?
No, that's
why I was trying to take you out.
Yeah,
man.
I think so.
Oh, yeah, two of you.
Maybe that's why. Oh, good Lord! Now we got to make sure I do not look. He wants to come back. He wants.
Anyway. I would move before that happens, then.
Or get my own security team, one or the other.
Exactly right. Yeah, we got to redirect the people writing the Random 9 budget to to security.
Our crackhead team of researchers. Dale, please, again, welcome to the show. We're so glad to have you, sir.
Me. I'm super excited. I love your guys' level of professionalism. I know you're going to laugh at that, but still, I mean it. I love your guys' level of professionalism, and this is great. Like I've been excited about this, at least 2 hours since 2 hours.
Yeah.
So.
Because about an hour from now you're gonna hate us, so this is perfect, man. Like ride this wave right now.
Welcome to the biggest regret of your life. Just saying. So yeah, Dale. All right. So you've written a book, and now what's the name of the book again? I'm sorry.
The name of the book is Inner Game. How to fix your dating life by fixing the relationship that you have with you.
Okay. So now this is for men. This is not for a for women thing. This is basically a male based.
Yes. That's who it's speaking to. Okay. But I'll take a woman's money. So
it's a present for the man, right? It could be a present for the man as well.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Right there.
That's true. Because I hate to say it, but I have a lot of friends that were like this too. There's a lot of guys that are, players, and that's not what it's all about, man. It's about treating ladies with respect. Now, again, there's a lot of ladies that tend to get off on that for some reason. I don't know why. But once you show a lady how you can be a gentleman and how to treat them right, they treat you right, it becomes a very symbiotic, ever-flowing circle. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, here's the thing, man. Like when we're talking about players or F-boys, if you will, or, like whatever terminology.
And thank you for censoring yourself, sir.
Yeah, well, I listen sometimes. But here's the thing, you know, ultimately, what are those guys trying to do? Okay. Yeah. They're trying to get something.
Right.
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 Absolutely.
The guys that I work with, the students I have, what I'm teaching them is to give, as opposed to just out there trying to get.
Right.
Now, when I'm talking about giving, I'm not saying, you know, like you throw out 1 million compliments or, you know, like you spend a bunch of money on them or anything like that.
Because then you're baiting and you're luring, and that's not what it's about.
Right. Yeah. Well, what I'm teaching my students to do is to give value. Okay. Sure. And again, when I say value, I don't mean monetary value.
Sure.
What I'm talking about is intrinsic value.
Right.
And when you, the whole idea, it's like this, man, you know, you see an attractive woman, say you're at a bar or you're at the mall or wherever. Okay. You see this attractive woman. What do you know about her outside of what she looks like? You don't know her name. You don't know a thing about her. You know? And so how
well, I know she shops at Hot Topic.
Or the local comic book store, according to
right, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. You may be able to come away with some assumptions, okay?
Right.
But the thing is that what I'm trying to instruct my guys to do is to go up, make her day better.
Sure.
Just improve her day, have some good conversation.
Yeah.
And inside of that conversation, scream for what it is that is congruent with you and who you are.
Sure.
Now, okay, you know she's attractive. Fine. That's not enough, man.
Yeah.
You know, like
now
I know when I started. Oh, go ahead.
No, you finish your thought because I have a question that might.
Oh, but I was gonna say, I know when I started, my criteria was very short. It's like, is she attractive and is she nice to me?
Yeah.
And what I really came to find out was, man, that's not enough. There has to be other things in common. There has to be, you know, what is her lifestyle like? What is, you know, things like that, you know, like if there's no type of anything that meshes well, what's the point?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right.
No, absolutely.
So first, I just want to apologize to my wife. This question is coming from a pure curious point of view, and it is in no mean I'm not trying to learn anything here, but
that felt appropriate.
Thank you. No, is there a way to walk up to a girl, a pretty girl, and talk to her and make it feel like I'm not trying to pick her up?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I teach my guys don't flirt.
Right.
Not right off the rip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because again, you don't know anything about
her.
You know, so my thing is this. If you walk up to, here's an attractive girl. Okay. You walk up to her, you know, just have some good, solid conversation. And if you start picking up on like, okay, she's into this.
Sure.
You know, like she's giving off signs of the, you know, like, you know, she's really enjoying this.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. You're building, what are you doing? You're really building a little bit of comfort.
Sure.
Right. You're making her feel comfortable with you talking with her. Okay. Once she feels comfortable and those walls start to come down a little bit. Okay. Now it's okay. You know what I mean? But if the whole idea of walking up and throwing out a pickup line or something like that, I mean, I'm not saying that can't be effective.
Sure.
But the thing is, it's not something that I would teach.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think pickup lines have become throwaways anyway, just to sort of get in the door and to start.
Yeah, it can be ironic.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And to start to build that. And you didn't put it like this, but it popped in my brain as you said it, sort of a conversational trust, right? Mm-hmm. As you're going through and sort of opening, like, you know, starting to open the doors a little bit. So it's, I think pickup lines have gotten to that point where if you have the balls to actually use one, right, that immediately it's disarming in a way, because it's like, you're really trying a pickup line on me, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, and I want to kind of go back to the beginning. You said obviously the malls really do not exist that much anymore. I mean, there's some out there, but they're not like the place where people used to hang. Now, some of this, can you use this like, maybe it's somebody at the office or in
Don't
those
dip
kind
your pen in the
of
company ink, man.
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'm just
Here's the
curious. I
thing.
mean, hey, I've met women.
This is what I usually tell, because this question comes up quite often, and to me, I'm not going to instruct somebody to not, like try to make something happen at the workplace, but I'm just saying be very careful about it.
Right.
If always have in the back of your mind, if you care about your job,
Yeah.
like if you have a career, you're an engineer at wherever, you know what I mean? Like, you care about your career, proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not something that I think is the best move in the whole wide world, but I've seen stranger things happen.
Right.
I mean, there's been relationships that have blossomed out of workplace romances and things like that.
Right.
All that kind of thing. So, I can't say, that's a hard no. Never do that under any circumstances.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, make sure that you are make sure that you're not jeopardizing yourself too much.
Right.
Yeah. So the smarter workplace relationships that I have been around are the ones that you have no idea that they're going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, Christian, our mutual friend Sloppy Joe,
yes,
he dated within the company and married, and they've been together forever.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't, more or less, I'm and this is kind of across the board.
Yeah.
I find there's very few hard and fast rules.
Sure.
Okay.
Most of it's just guidelines.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so, like for instance, say you've got a guy who's working with a big company.
Yeah.
Just like a Ford Motor Company. Okay. And like the Ford headquarters is a massive facility. Now the guy might work in a completely different department way on the other side of the building.
I was going to say completely other building for that matter.
Right, exactly. Just so happens, they both have their lunch break at the same time or whatever, and they're in their little cafeteria. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even see each other anyway throughout the course of the day. Like, okay, fine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't see a huge problem with that. But if you're like, your middle management, you got your secretary sitting right outside of your door, that could be a little tense.
Right. That would be that right there. But okay. So yeah, obviously different rules kind of for different social situations. And yes, work is always, but I mean, it just seems like, nowadays we work so much, and I mean, I know I always complain about how much I work, but even people that work a 9-to-5 job, I mean, you're still there. It's a huge part of your life. And sometimes, depending on what you have going on in your life, you don't get a whole lot of extra social time. So you do that. I mean, I'm very blessed that I found a wonderful woman. And I love coming home and just spending time with her. That's like my biggest priority, is just to get home as fast as I can to be home with my wife. Unless it's show day, and then Andy usually texts me and says, "Why aren't you on? Why aren't you on?
Right.
Why aren't you on? Turn it on. Let's go." And so then things get weird, and I have to we have to have a talk. But I love you, Andy.
Oh,
like a brother.
Okay, I get the hint, Christian.
Okay. All right. Oh, geez, there it is. Okay. All right. So
go ahead, Chris.
Go. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Dale, I just want to know, like, how did you get into this? How did you develop, how did you get this knowledge? And when, like,
all right, I'll give you the broad strokes just in the interest of time.
Okay.
Because it's a long, I mean, I could literally talk 2 hours.
A sub question to this while you're getting into it. How'd you go from a rapper to this?
All right. Okay. I'll take it even a step further. All right. So what happened was, you know, I was doing music professionally for about 10 years. I was signed to a major label, and you know, I have a couple albums out and things like
Right
that. I
on.
used to tour a lot, and
That's amazing.
and all that kind of thing. And you know, what I started noticing was, and it wasn't just me. You know, I you know, we all talk, you know, people that tour together and things like
Right.
that, other groups that are kind of in the respective same lane, if you will,
Yeah,
you know.
We're both
And
from radio backgrounds and music
me
backgrounds,
too.
so yeah.
I did radio for a long
Yeah.
time. So, but what happened was my second album came out, and I had just gotten past the age of 30.
Okay.
And you know, like it didn't do as well as the first album.
Yeah.
And I thought it was significantly better. I thought it was a way better album
Right.
than the first one. And but what I was noticing was a lot of my hubs, and you know, when I would tour, that you know was like really good to me.
Yeah.
You know, really good turnouts.
Right.
And like I would go, and there might be, you know, be 500 people there or whatever. Then, you know, 6 months later, I go back to that same place, and there's 400 people.
Yeah.
You know, next time I go back, there's 300 people. And so I'm, you know, you start questioning yourself. Like, is it me? Like, what, like, am I kidding myself? Like, maybe my new stuff just isn't as good and doesn't hold up as well. And it turns out like everybody in my particular space, there was about the same level as me.
Right.
You know, some groups are just too big to fail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
Once you're at
you know,
that
once
one
we're kind of-
level, it's hard
Yeah.
to fall down unless you really, you know. And then
Yeah. Yeah, even if they put out a bad album or whatever, it will still be good enough,
Right.
just on the strength of your name.
Yeah.
You know. So, but a lot of the groups and artists that I was touring with and friends with and things like that, everybody was noticing the same thing.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And so I said to myself, I'm like, all right, I'm past the age of 30. I need to I got a choice to make here. It's either continue doing this and like double down and just, you know, full throttle. And this is just what I'm doing,
Yeah.
you know, for the rest of my life, basically. Or I need to transition out of this, you know. And I was like, man, I do not want to be that guy that's rapping in a bar in front of 50 people
Right.
at 50 years old in Omaha, Nebraska. Or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be that dude. You know,
Yeah.
'cause I know people like
Right.
that, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I don't want that to be me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna get out of this while I can before I'm either A, forced out, or B, I turn into that dude touring around in a minivan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and living out of that minivan.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that
You're
and a
you're in
minivan
the
ain't a tour
truck
bus.
stop
You-
bathroom. You're like, hey, just taking a quick shower, guys. Don't worry about me. Forget about it.
Yeah,
Hey.
the old French shower,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So, but so I got out of that, and then for a little while I was kind of like trying to feel things out, and you know, I started doing music management. I was managing artists and booking and things like that. But the transition was this. So, I had around 31, 32 years old. My wife, she comes out to me as being bisexual.
Uh-oh.
Okay. And she's like, you know, and we're trying to figure out what this means for
Right.
us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, you know, she was like pretty adamant. She wanted to like kind of explore that side of herself and things like that. And she was like, but you know, I don't think, and I was okay with it, you know, and I was like, or well, rather, she says to me, she's like, you know, but I don't think it's fair to you that you know, I go out there and I'm doing my thing. What are you going to do? You're just going to sit at home and wait for me to come home? Or, you know, like it's okay with me if you want to get out here and date, you know? And so it kind of like opened up our relationship to a degree.
Sure.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, very much.
And, yeah.
I mean,
So,
that-
but here's the kicker. You know, my whole life, even though I was married,
Yeah.
you know, and I still am, you know, I'm still married to the same woman.
That's great.
You know, and
Yeah.
we've been married for over 20 years. So, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Andy was
But,
cueing me. Sorry.
Right.
But yeah, so even though I was married, like I was never really good with dating or women or anything like that.
Yeah.
My wife was my second girlfriend
Right.
that I ever had my entire life. And I was like, okay, this is cool. This is a new opportunity. I kind of get a new lease on a dating life.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
So
this is a whole new technology for me.
Right. Yeah. So this is around like 2006.
Okay.
Or so. Okay. So I get on the internet, get on Google, and yeah, and I'm searching like how to flirt with girls, how to talk to women, things like that. And what came up was, a bunch of just, your normal typical advice and whatever.
Right.
Well, eventually I stumble upon a message board that, kind of came out of like the PUA community, if you will.
Okay.
If you the pickup artist community.
Oh, okay. I was like,
and so
I feel old in life now. What is this tool?
We gotta speak slow and spell everything out for Christian, just so you know.
Did we just move to Hawaii? What happened? I don't like poo. I had it once and made me sick. Made me puka. I'm just saying. Right. Sorry. I'll be over here. I'll stand to the side.
So I kind of fell down the rabbit hole of that.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing is that was very, very early. Like YouTube had just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, if you get on YouTube and you guys know, you can search anything.
Yeah.
And you're going to be overwhelmed with how much information.
Right. Absolutely.
Back then, there wasn't anything like that, like there is now.
Yeah.
So I'm relegated to like message boards, news groups, things like that.
Yeah.
So I was going out there and, like really banging my head against the wall a lot, like somebody throws out some information. Okay, let me go try it. Let me see what happens,
right.
And so by me going out and doing this, I was going out like 7 days a week, and it took me a long time and a lot of, like I said, banging my head against the wall before I started kind of like really figuring things out, And by the way, let me just throw one little caveat out there. I'm just saying, I'm not like, even though like I kind of stumbled upon this in the pickup community, that's not what I teach.
Right.
Okay. I just want to make that abundantly clear because sometimes people make that they because I said that, they think that that's like what my book is all that stuff. And that's not the case.
Well, listen, Professor, with the word like caveat, I was a little taken aback there. I was like, oh my God, he's got way too much education for us.
Well, well, I am an author.
Yeah.
So they tell me.
Well, and again, but when you're putting in essence a system together, it's good to know what to do and what not to do.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly it. And so 10 years go by. I would say it probably took me about 3 years for me to get what I would consider like pretty good. You were
fluent with the game and what needs to be done and how to do what and blah blah blah.
Exactly. And so about 10 years goes by, and I was always looking for like a community or like try to teach some friends, and it just I just couldn't find one, and none of my friends, they liked watching me. They thought it was entertaining. Like, hey Dale, go get that girl's number. And like they would be entertained by it, but they never wanted to learn anything. You know? So I was just out here the Lone Ranger. Finally, after 10 years, I find a community, and I got really ingrained inside of my little local community. And we take this trip to Thailand, okay? And we go to Thailand. There's about 8 of us, and they were all coming to me. I mean, I was a little bit older than the guys that were a part of this community.
Right.
I've been doing it a long time, and so they're all coming to me for advice, and everything that I was telling them to do was working. I mean, it was just working.
Right.
And I got to thinking, I'm like, you know what? I might be able to coach this.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I get back, and I get into real estate and things like that. I have a real estate background too, and I've done a lot of shit. But you know, I start coaching on the side, and I'm just seeing my students just really having real success getting into relationships and things like that, and it just started to snowball. You know,
right.
and eventually I ended up linking up with the company that I'm with now, Modern Success. We're probably top 3, I think, as far as like companies in that space, and I'm one of the core coaches there.
Wow,
no way!
All right,
yeah.
Wow.
So that's the story in a nutshell.
Okay.
You know, like I said, man, I could go on and on and on and on about that. But you know,
no,
that's
that's a nice little synopsis of how you got to where you are. And now you've written your book, and it's available. Now, if they just go to this freegiftfromdale.com, they can find a way to get this book, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, at freegiftfromdale.com, I have the first chapter there available for download.
Okay.
So you don't even have to pay, you know, it's free. You know, you just download that first chapter. And if it speaks to you on any level, the rest of the book will.
Right, sure.
You know, and so if it doesn't, you're just like, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
Fine, no harm, no foul.
Right.
You know what I mean? You didn't pay for nothing. So
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I do believe that so there's so much fundamental stuff in that book that can be extrapolated across the breadth of your life. It's not just dating,
right?
You know, see, here's the thing. Like I said, you know, a lot of times people ask me, what is inner game?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the way I define it is the relationship that you have with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the relationship with you sucks, guess what all the other relationships are going to be?
Right. It's going to be crap. Because
man, if you don't like you, how can you expect anybody else to?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and again, there's the bell for you. No, I mean, you're nailing it on the head. If you don't have respect for yourself, if you don't care about yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, nothing else is going to on all those levels. It just comes back to you. And I mean, does that mean you have to walk around going, I'm the best and this is that? And then no, of course no. But I mean, it's believing and knowing and doing the best you can to be the best you can be.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and you
100%, man.
Yeah, you like yourself, number one. That shows in the way that you walk, that shows in the way that you talk.
Yes.
And then people pick up on that. Like you could walk through a mall, if we're walking through malls in this, you know, you can see people who don't like themselves, who are self-conscious, and you can see people who are owning their stuff and running through it.
Yeah.
And again, it's not necessarily because they're like the best looking people, right? Or anything. It's and again, you feel that. You can feel that. Just in talking with people, you get that. And it makes
one of the examples that I love. I think it's in my book. I don't remember. But I'll say it.
Way to sell it, Dale. Good Lord.
Well, I mean, you're going to hear it here. So
it may be in my book. It may be in the second book. You never know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
See, that's called hooking them in.
But think about this. Say you're driving down the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And on one side of the street, you got a guy who's, you know, he's got a confident stride. He looks like there's somewhere that he's on a mission.
Right.
You know,
he's on the move.
He's on his way to somewhere. Right. You know, he's shoulders back, chest out, chin up.
Saturday Night Fever. I got a strut, right?
Yeah, man. He's on his way. Right. Then on the other side of the street, you got this dude, hands in his pockets, looking down at the ground,
shoot,
kicking rocks, just trudging along. Like, look, obviously, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that the guy that is got the confident stride that looks like he has purpose and he's trying to get somewhere, get something done, handle it.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be the guy that's more attractive. But even still, even me, I want to be friends with that guy.
Right.
I don't want to be, I don't even want to talk to the other dude.
Right.
You know, they're hanging with him.
What happened to you, man? Your dog died? Like what?
Yeah.
Like why are you, so
I want to party with that dude.
Yes. That's the guy that people want to get to know.
Yeah.
And the way that you present yourself to the world.
Right.
We all make snap judgments.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like you could say like we shouldn't do it, we shouldn't judge as people, they shoulda, woulda, coulda. But the reality is all three of us make snap judgments. I've been making snap judgments about you guys since I jumped on.
But and hopefully they've improved at this point. I'm hoping.
So we are going to have a test at the end of the podcast to see how we come off to Dale Valor.
It's the Dale Valor Eliminator Contest.
But it's true, right? I mean, we all make these snap judgments about our surroundings. You're driving down the freeway. You're seeing billboards for restaurants, right?
Sure.
Even if you're starving, right? You see a billboard, the hamburger looks all greasy and gross, and you know what I mean. You're like, nah, I think I'll be all right. I'll get the next one. That might be the best restaurant ever, but who knows about it? Because that sign indicates to everybody else our food sucks,
right?
Absolutely. But that's the way that we should present ourselves in a way that when people, encounter us, they already have an idea about what we're about,
right?
And who we are as an individual, at least on some level.
Absolutely, absolutely.
There's go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
I just wanted to say for people listening on the podcast version of this and not the visual representation that we're live right now, this is Dale Valor. He is a dating coach and an author. Just came out with a new book called Inner Game. You can go to his website, which is freegiftfromdale.com to get the first chapter. And check it out for you. Okay, and there's some other surprise.
That's why it's called free gifts. It's gifts because you're getting free stuff. You know what I mean?
And it's nothing you need a penicillin shot for. So that's a big bonus right there.
Not at all.
But I like to remind people who are listening at home who we've got with us. I mean, we know who we're talking to, but we're here and not in the future listening. So, Andy, go ahead. You had a question.
Well, I more of a comment because what you're saying, there's a great movie that came out in 2000 called Boiler Room. I don't know if you ever saw it.
I know the name, but I don't know if I've seen it.
Ribisi, Vin Diesel when he was very young, but they're selling it's a fake stock company, right?
Okay.
Yes.
There's a great speech by Ben Affleck in that movie, where it's act as if you own the damn company. Like they don't care who they're talking to. They want them, they need to feel as important. So if you need to say that you're the owner's son, you're the owner's son. It doesn't matter who you are. Act as if you are the big swinging D of this company, right? And it's obviously that is a terrible representation of the speech. If you can YouTube that speech, watch it, because it's one of it's one of those speeches that you listen to like over and over, and you're like, you know what? I need to listen to this.
Yeah. Okay. Have that swagger, but don't lie to get it.
Well, right.
What's that?
Yeah.
Right. So don't lie to have that swagger.
Yeah.
But have that kind of robustness, that attitude, that swagger. I mean, I'm
a big advocate of authenticity,
Yeah, sure.
And, like you hear a lot of times the expression "fake it till you make it," right?
Yeah.
And I believe that to be true to some degree. However, at a certain point in time, like you're going, because I've been there. And like when I was starting off, that was my whole, my whole thought process. How I got to fake it till I make it, And what I started realizing is that I would come out of interactions and dates and conversations and things like that, kind of feeling a little bit disingenuous. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I wasn't being congruent with myself.
Yeah.
So, one of the things, one of the core things that I talk about in Inner Game is self-confidence. All right. Now we all hear, we've all heard the dating advice, just be confident and just be yourself. which
right.
really at the core isn't bad advice. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like, okay, I'm just gonna be confident. Like, I've had nothing but failures my whole life. I'm just supposed to wake up one day and be like, oh, well, I guess I was missing the secret sauce. I should have just been confident, So that's not really something that's feasible for a lot of people to just wake up and be confident, right? So if you can't have confidence, have competence, okay?
Sure.
So the way I look at it is like this. Say, for instance, you're on an airplane, right? And you're sitting middle seat, which sucks. That happens to me all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
I fly a lot. Okay. And and I'm kind of a bigger dude, man. I'm 6'2", and like on Spirit, man, like they don't give you much.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you're sitting middle seat. Next to you, you got a guy sitting here. All right. Now he's aisle seat. Now word gets out. The pilot of the plane had a heart attack and died mid-flight, right? And people are starting to kind of freak out a little bit. Oh no, are we going to crash? Are we even going to get to where we're going? Like, people are really nervous and anxious for good reason. So, the word's getting around the airplane. You got this dude sitting next to you. He jumps up and he's like, "Don't worry, everybody. I've got this. I have seen Top Gun no less than 25 times. And the new one I've seen 3 times, twice in the theater." So, he goes running up to the front of the plane. He gets behind the instrument panel. He's got it. What do you think is going to happen?
We're all going to die.
Yeah, everybody's dead. Okay. So,
yes.
Now, dude had all the confidence in the world. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But what does it mean if it's, like,
yeah. You can't back it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, same situation. Okay. The airplane has a co-pilot. It's the co-pilot's very first day being a co-pilot. All right.
Okay.
And so he's already nervous. It's first day,
Right.
Who doesn't get nervous on the first day of work, So,
yeah.
And now, to add to that, you have this very tenuous situation with this pilot dying. You know what I mean? It's like,
and some big idiot in the back talking about Top Gun and how he can fly the plane.
So, but the thing is that
keeping it real,
right? This guy has had hours and hours and hours of flight training. He's had tons of simulation flights, tons of book learning. It's just, this is his first time actually getting a paycheck and people being on the plane, passing.
Yeah.
Right. So he's nervous, he's scared, but he can have confidence. It might not be in himself, but he has confidence in his training. He has confidence in what he's learned. If he gets behind that instrument panel, 99.9% chance everything is fine.
Right.
Now, what happens? Not only does he have the competence, but he has the confidence too, because he overcame a situation that was very, nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Right? So he's got best of both worlds.
Right.
Make sense?
Absolutely. No, you can again, you can study up, but then the practical experience definitely helps in terms of solidifying that confidence in all that stuff. And we had a lot of the same issues here. I initially joined this podcast. I was a guest. I was in your seat, right? And then the next 2 weeks later, the old co-host had to bow out, and Chris called me up and was like, "Hey, can you sit in?" Yeah. I'm like, I've never interviewed anybody before. Like, I don't know what to do. Right. And then sure enough, I was on, we did it. We had a great time. Chris calls me the next day. He's like, "Hey, we want you to join the show." Yeah. Right. And then for that, just in terms of that, I'm like, maybe I can do this. Yeah. Like maybe I can co-lead, an interview show. Yeah. And maybe I can do that. No, right. And Chris,
he just takes over. He just
right. Exactly. Yeah. I I bull rush. That's what I do. I do.
But you know,
Opa!
The thing is that like so many guys, you know, they get in, they're like, hey, I want to get in, and I was there too. I was this guy. I want to get better with women, you know. But what I quickly realized, and this is true of so many guys, is that what you find out is, no, I got to get better with myself. Because trust me, going out and to a club or something and talking to a bunch of women, yeah, your flaws and insecurities will have a big old spotlight on them. You know what I mean?
Right.
You'll get out real quick what your issues are, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And so then you got kind of have to go back to the drawing board. It's like, okay, well, I got to work on these things, you know?
Yeah.
So in my book, the idea, I put an action step in every single chapter, you know? And unfortunately, most people gloss over when they read a self-development book, they gloss right over the action.
They're going to speed read it. Everybody's going to speed read it because they want to get right to the meat of it. And the thing is, and I'm telling you right now, because you gave me a copy of the book.
Yeah.
Okay. So I skimmed through it because number one, I'm not supposed to do a deep dive into the research, but I just skimmed through and I was looking at the meaty points. There's meaty points in all of it. Yeah. Every chapter that you had some very valid point. And, again, it's not, I mean, it is about dating. Okay. I think you need to clarify this a little bit. It's about improving your presentability.
Yes.
And again, it's more about it's more about making you a better person.
Right. That's exactly it, man.
Out there for someone and to present yourself to this lady. So that is what it's about. I mean,
you know,
I'm not trying to undercut what your book does.
No, that's perfect. Well said.
But like I said, I didn't like reread it because, well, I mean, I'm married to an amazing woman.
Well, and on top of that, you know, like you got it like a week ago when it's a big book.
Yeah. I work 12 hours a day, and then I
understand. I totally understand.
So, well, and no, anybody who watches or has been a part of this show knows Christian does not do deep dives into the information that he's presented.
Not anymore.
No, it's not good.
That we learned, but
But so yes, and people are guilty of that. And but the great thing about it is because I felt myself like, again, I was skimming and then like, okay, all right, and I would get hooked into it, dude.
Yeah,
so it was I mean, did you kind of have the same thing, Andy, or?
You know what? I mean, deep down, I've always known sort of what you say is just as important as how you say it, you know? Right. And I mean, and it's funny too, it takes me back to our guest for the Random 9. Like, you know, one thing that Slick Willie did really well was he could talk to the people really well, right? Yeah. I would buy anything that Bill Clinton sold just because of the way that he said it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not all presidents did that,
would
right?
You buy a blue dress?
Oh God, no. You know, there are a couple things you just don't.
I wouldn't even borrow a cigar from the man.
Right. Yeah. But I mean,
I know I blacked out for the entire presentation, but I can tell you.
Yeah, but I mean, two guys could essentially talk to the same girl at a club, say the exact same thing, but if there's a difference in how they say it, right? She's going to like one of them more than the other, right? She's going to connect with one more than the other.
I could say right here in my hand, I have the original script from The Godfather, okay? Yeah. And I'm going to read you guys Michael Corleone's lines.
Right.
Is it going to come off the same? No, it's not.
No.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's how you say things is vastly superior to what it is you say. You know, only 7% of communication is verbal. 93% of communication is nonverbal.
Yeah.
You know? So what does that tell me? It tells me that, yes, obviously the words, what you say are important, but it's dwarfed by your body language, your facial expressions.
Well, especially nowadays, everything is the instant, quick impression.
Yes.
Your phone, where you just flipping through things. If something doesn't catch your eye in that first few seconds, you're gone. You're moving on. And we've been trained to do that.
That's the funny thing with text messages, because those nonverbal cues aren't there. So I could, and it's with me 90% of the time, I am not serious with 90% of the stuff that I say. But if I text it to Christian, like, he'll call me like, dude, what was that about? I'm like, I'm just messing with you, man. You know?
What did I do, Andy? I'm so sorry, Andy. I didn't mean it.
I had to learn to use the winky emoji just so people know that I'm I'm joking, that I'm messing with people.
Well, and Andy's taught me to talk to him in memes.
Animated GIFs. That's the only way to text people
GIFs,
now.
whatever they are.
But you know what? That's why I teach a lot of my guys, to not rely on texting as an effective communication source. It can be effective, no doubt, But at the end of the day, you're kind of navigating a minefield, because how many times have you gotten a text that you misinterpreted what was in that text message? It's happened
all the time. 100% of the time.
Yeah, like every single time. I can't even read the words.
Right. Yeah.
When me and my wife first started dating, we met through an internet site. Okay. And it was a great internet site. I'm not going to get into that because they don't pay me for it. But I will say we had very little time to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And she said the exact same thing I was about to say, because you have a message board that you can talk through. And then she said, okay, I'm sending you my phone number, because there was a big delay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send you my phone number. You can text between these hours, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And after about 3 texts, she just said, listen, call me.
Right.
It's fine. You can call me up until this time. If I answer, I can talk. If not, I'll talk another time. And I was about to say, I can't stand texting, because I want to hear the voice. I want to hear.
Right.
And dude, she's got a voice, by the way.
Yeah, because think about it. Like perfect example of what you just said. Like, Andy will text something to you, Christian, and you're like, it seems stern.
You're like, dude,
right?
But
oh my god!
But Andy didn't mean it that way. You know what I mean? And so you're left to define what the tone of that text is.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so much gets lost.
If I'm talking to you, right, you'll figure it out based on the tone of my voice, what my my emotional state is right then.
Right. So it's just amazing, and how many people rely on that, and then and I think there was a Key and Peele skit where they're texting each other back and forth, and one guy's like, hey man, how about we go hang out, and then he goes, the other guy responds, well, why don't we go hang out? Well, what is that supposed to mean? Oh, now you're gonna go like that, huh? And then they go back and forth, and he keeps totally misreading. The guy's like, yeah, sure, whatever, And he's like, oh, whatever. Oh, this is it. We're on. So yeah, it's just a great. That's why talk. Use the art of communication with your voice. Be in front of someone or talk to them verbally. Don't get lost in this text and email and back and forth. Oh, so just insane.
Yeah, texting is for basic communication. Like
right.
Hey,
it's just to say, yeah. You got a few minutes. Can we talk?
Address.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Address it. Meet here. Address this.
Right.
Yeah.
It's, you just lose so much, and it's not even worth it. But yeah. Okay. So now kind of another couple quick things I want to note here. You have, in the beginning of your book, oh my God, your book is amazing. All right. The beginning of the book is covered with testimonials, my man. I mean, good Lord. This is just hey Leah, and there's Mrs. A right there. there's so many testimonials. I mean, and that, dude, I was just like, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, all right, dude. Wow. Okay, dude. I mean, you've obviously gotten a lot of guys inspired, a lot of guys helped out. And I just think that is so awesome because we do live in a very fake age, I think. There's a lot of guys that, again, not only just don't have respect for themselves, but just don't know how to present well and be respectful and honorable, and your book covers a lot of that, and I think that's great.
One of the biggest things, don't be a nice guy, be a good man.
There you go. Be
right
nice. Be nice. But yeah. No, and okay, I gotta ask this because I saw this in some of the notes somewhere real quick. Were you a hypnotist?
Yeah, I'm a hypnotherapist.
Okay. Hypnotherapist. That sounds a little better than what I saw. I saw hypnotist. I'm like, okay, that
I don't do
selling the dating game. You are going out with me.
Yeah.
And now you're going to take off your clothes in the middle of the bar. And you're buying all my drinks.
Okay, here we go. Wait.
Whoa, it works. It works, Dale. Oh my God. Oh. All right. No, that's Andy's kind of like my hetero life mate. It's we don't have that, thing.
I get you.
Anyway, our wives wouldn't really like us that much. Especially since we've never met in person. So
that's true.
Okay, so right now, besides come get my book, what is the best advice you can throw out there for somebody that's trying to get back in the dating game or is in the dating game and having no success? What's one of the best things you can tell these people right now?
Go to my website. No.
Which is right down here, freegiftfromdale.com.
No,
or just Google Dale Valor.
We'll just make a quick avatar. Say you got a guy who got out of a long-term relationship, okay? And so he's kind of like getting back out there, but maybe he was in this relationship for 5 years. He feels a little bit rusty, things like that. The first thing I would tell that guy is, firstly, get to know yourself, okay? Know who you are at the core, your true identity. Then from there, get really dialed in on what it is that you actually want. Not what sounds good, not what looks good on paper, what you actually want. I say this all the time, man. A guy who knows who he is and knows what he wants is a diverse man. Unfortunately, most guys don't either. So look, that's the thing at freegiftfromdale.com. You got the first chapter there, but also there's I got a video on there that's an exercise that you can do to really know who you actually are, to point out the intrinsic values about yourself. Most guys, they don't even know what they bring to the table in a relationship. Oh, well, I'm a nice guy, or I'm a good dude. I'm kind of funny. They kind of know. They got a few, subtle ideas about it. But
the first round's on me, you know.
Look, when you ask somebody, who are you? What's the first thing they're going to say? Their name.
Right. Yeah.
Like, okay, Andy. Is one Andy every Andy? When one Andy dies, all Andy dies. You know what I'm saying?
If you ask me who I am, I'm going to say I'm Batman.
We're going to cover this here in just a minute, Dale. So don't worry about that.
But the thing is that,
no, it's the truth. Yeah, you're right.
Look, that's just a sound that people make so you're addressed. That's not really who you are. You know what I mean? Who you are is a combination of nature, nurture, your life experiences, environmental, and your, most importantly, your intrinsic value. Yeah. And that's what that exercise at freegiftfromdale.com does, is it helps you diagnose your own intrinsic value. So you know what you're working with. Look, you got 20 things that you love and respect about yourself, and she doesn't want to, talk to you. That's kind of on her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
right.
now it's going to be said about communicating it for sure. But at the end of the day, if she doesn't see value in that, that doesn't make you any less valuable. It just means she doesn't understand what the value is.
Right. No, absolutely. And I mean, okay. And now I'm kind of old school. And yes, I used to be a slut back in the day, but I learned a lot of things from the Bible. But it is better to date for a wife than to date for just a date. When you're out there dating, look for a wife. Look for someone that you are going to spend the rest of your life with.
I agree and disagree at the same time. My thought is this. Yeah, I love the sentiment of that. Okay. But what I would suggest is know what it is that you want. And if it's a wife, cool, great. I mean, you guys are both married. I mean, not together as far as I know.
Well, yeah. And not that anybody knows about legally.
Oops, cat's out of the bag. But I'm married. So like, listen, I'm an advocate of marriage. However, not everybody wants to get married. But if you know what it is that you want, go after that. Don't play around with like, well, she's cool and cute and stuff, but like, man, you're just asking for problems.
Right.
Right.
Well, yeah, absolutely. If you're just dating to bang a chick, then you're gonna end up in the hospital with a lot of shots. But and the other thing I want to point out here, and not that there isn't a lot of good in this for a young kid like in high school or something like that, but I think this is better off for guys out there, getting a job, they're developing, they're growing into adulthood, they're out there already. For younger kids, listen, just finish being a kid, finish learning what you need to in school, get yourself established, then get into this.
Well, again, learn everything about yourself and then put it out.
And then get this book.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, absolutely.
This book.
And I was going to say, we've got the graphic for it right there. There it is. Inner Game: How to Fix Your Dating Life by Fixing the Relationship You Have with You by Mr. Dale Valor, right here, ladies and gentlemen. Valor. You can Google him. DaleValor. Hit that up. You can find all sorts of stuff. He's on Instagram. You're on Facebook, TikTok, right?
TikTok, Twitter.
YouTube. He's all over the interweb.
Find me there sometimes. By the way, I gotta ask real quick. Yeah, Andy, are you a Star Trek guy? Because I saw a lot of Star Trek.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. The cover of my book was that. Well, okay. Let me take a step back. You watch Picard?
Yeah.
The head writer on Picard is one of my students. He actually did. He's designed the cover of my book.
No.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Whoa.
I bow to you.
Bow to him, man. He's got right in your world, man. Not me.
Right. Awesome, dude. That is incredible. That is so good.
That is so.
A guy named Chris Derrick. Super good.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And Andy knows like way too much about so many things. It's like, you can pull up a movie from the 1950s that 3 people saw and he'd be like, oh, did you ever see that scene?
Here's the litmus test. You familiar with UHF?
Oh God, yes. Weird Al Yankovic. Come on.
Good Lord, really? Jeff Richard or Mike Richard?
Let's drink from the fire hose.
You passed the test, man. You passed the test. All right.
Oh man. All right. No, that is a required watch every year. A required watch every year. Yeah. Oh man.
And he has way too much free time on his hands. That's what he is. And he does another podcast that's basically all about what we're nerding out on.
Yeah, right.
So, okay, and now we have to do this. Where is it? There it is. We just went into Nerdville. So there we are.
Yeah.
And now
Random question.
Oh, well, he beat me to it.
Insanity.
Yep, that's right. It's that time. We're coming down to the end of the show, so our little man in the attic that we really need to find out where he's coming from.
Yeah.
He reminds us that we've got to start wrapping things up, but we've got what we call I think Andy, you said it best earlier. It's like a Rorschach test of your insanity, really.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of fair game questions we'd like to ask. And I have my list of questions over here somewhere. No, that's not them either. All right. So there's no right or wrong answers.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw that out there. But there are some more right than others.
Okay.
But it's fair questions that we ask, and I'm trying to get to it. There we go. So we have 2 base questions. They may both work for him. We'll see.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say it'll work.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
The first one is, what is the best James Bond film?
The best one, man. I'm not a huge Bond guy, but I've seen probably at least a dozen Bond movies.
Yeah,
sure.
Over the course of time. I'm gonna go with probably. I like Diamonds Are Forever.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. No,
it's got to be a Connery joint. I'm right about that, right? Is that a Sean Connery?
100%.
Okay,
100%.
okay.
Yes.
I want to make sure I
absolutely.
wasn't mixing them up or something.
No.
All right. What is your favorite sandwich, and what all is on it?
Ooh, cucumber sandwich with potato chips and water from Days Inn.
That is by far the greatest answer that we've ever had to that question.
That is true, and that gets the crowd fired up right there, kids. Oh, there you go, coming out of the corner swinging. Yeah, Andy, I'm leaving that one alone. That there's no coming back from that one.
Right. What was your favorite toy growing up as a child?
Favorite toy, man. Does it have to be a specific one?
No.
Or okay, G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that covers all sorts. But yeah. Excellent.
By the way, Cobra always had the coolest stuff. I used to pretend that Cobra was the good guys.
Didn't that piss you off?
Because they always
coolest
had the
figures.
You're like, why doesn't G.I. Joe? How? You're G.I. Joe. He's Cobra.
It was just like the stormtroopers with Star Wars. Like I collected so many stormtrooper figures because they were just the coolest looking things ever.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
You wanted the stormtrooper helmet. You didn't want the intergalactic. Yeah, no.
Right.
You don't want those. No. Because it was just cloth, and the stormtroopers were hard. Like, I want that, and then you got to talk like this. It's awesome. These droids are not the ones we're looking for. Okay. Okay, let's do this. I know the answer to that one, which is what's the best music genre? I'm going straight into it, Andrew. Okay. You have a choice to save the world: Iron Man or Batman. Who do you choose?
To save the world, I guess I'm going to go Iron Man because he's got more. Like Batman's kind of limited. I think he could save Gotham. All right, he's got Gotham. He's good there, but I don't know how quick Batman's gonna get like to some wayward volcano in the middle of the somewhere, that's about to blow up the earth.
Okay, that's fair. I don't like the answer, but I'll accept it.
Bitter pill to swallow, huh?
Right? Yeah. I'll try to
Iron Man,
swallow that one. Yeah,
Batman. So, all right, Andrew.
I do like Batman better, just for full disclosure.
Okay,
Batman's got his.
I mean, you were already cool, Dale, but I will. That makes you 10 times cooler. Feel free to take the fifth on this one. But what's the funniest way you've ever broken the law?
The funniest way I've ever broken the law?
Yeah.
And say it in a rap.
Man, well, there was that. Man, the shoes this dude was wearing when I killed him. Man, I'm telling you. Bowling shoes. Who wears bowling shoes to like the strip club, man? You know,
you're right.
Like,
yeah.
No, I don't. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
I don't have like a real honest, good response to that.
And that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's funny. Really.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Okay. What's the most annoying sound?
The most annoying sound. I'll tell you what the most annoying sound is. There's two of them. I know they both can't be the most, but they're equal. Okay, to me anyway. I can't stand when you get the emergency notification sound on your phone. Hate it.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Oh yeah.
I don't know why they can't make it more pleasant. You're gonna look, whether it's annoying or pleasant, you're gonna look to turn it off. Why can't they make it pleasant? Why is it gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like, it's awful. The second one, any fire alarm that you hear anywhere, like
oh yeah,
at a school, like when it's like, you know, they're doing the fire drill or whatever.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Yeah,
you know?
it's always to that point where it's like right over the edge of where it should be just loud enough. Yeah. And it's like just one louder is what it is. It's 211.
Louder, doesn't
it? It is. Right. Yeah.
And yeah, the alarm sound, it reminds me of like a whiny old Jewish lady. What? What are you doing? What? Yeah, it's horrible. It's I have nothing against the Jewish people. I'm just saying some old New York Jew lady. Anyway, all right, Andy.
It's your night to order pizza for the group. What are we getting?
Like kind of pizza, or like from a pizza?
No, I mean kind of pizza, and if it's from a particular joint, let us know what joint.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Whoa, we just went a totally different route there.
All right. So, I mean, this isn't going to mean anything to either one of you, but
okay.
First of all, Detroit is like the world's capital for pizza. I don't know if you know that or not. Almost every like major chain is based here. Okay.
Okay.
But that being said, there is a place that's in one of the suburbs called Louis, and it's phenomenal. I mean, it's just so good. You know, like I've never had anything that comes close to that.
Is there one up in Ann Arbor?
No, but if you're familiar with Southeastern Michigan, there's a chain called Buddy's. Okay, and Buddy's is really good too. But Buddy's stole the recipe from Louis. Like Buddy.
Oh, no way.
And then in the 70s they splintered, so they kind of something similar, you know.
Right.
But
wow.
In my opinion, it happens to be better.
Okay. And what's the best pie at Louis though?
Like, okay, it's Detroit style pizza. So what that means is think like Chicago deep dish, okay? Except for the sauce is on top. Of the pizza. Okay.
Sure.
So that's the main.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Yeah, no, our corporate headquarters for a company I worked for was up in Ann Arbor.
Oh, okay.
And they took us out to this pizza place, and it was just really, really good pizza.
It was probably Pizzapopolis, would be my guess. Okay. That's probably where you went, you know.
I mean, I was still drinking back then, so I'm not sure. But it was really good pizza. And so I remember taking half a pie home or back to my motel room, and weird things happen.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I've done it. I'm with you.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I've done it.
That's right. And then afterwards, there's let's see. Where is your happy place?
My happy place. We probably don't have time to get into it completely, but when I'm a big advocate of meditation. Okay.
Oh, right
And when I meditate, the place that I envision myself being is at like a very serene beach with like tropical, not like a
Yeah.
lake. Um, and it's just like the air is the perfect temperature, just the cool enough breeze, and
Right.
like
Yeah.
so it's not. I guess it's inside my own mind. You know what I mean? This
Sure.
place probably doesn't really exist. But yeah, that's where I go to meditate.
Right.
Okay.
Right on. All right. Cool. Andy, one more.
Your food is bad at a restaurant. Do you say anything?
Oh yes.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Okay.
like if like it depends. So like
Sure.
if okay, for instance, like at a fast food place or something like that, if
Yeah.
I've already driven away and
Right.
it's like what I've got is what I got. But if
Right.
I'm sitting, but if it's an expensive meal and it's not up to
Yeah.
my standard, yes, I'm gonna say something, but not like
Right.
what is this? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be rude about it or nothing.
You stupid
Sure.
bastard.
Yeah. But I will address it if it's not right.
Okay. All right.
Right on. Okay. Very
insight.
good. Yep. Yeah.
Good
Sorry, I forgot the ding ding.
Thank you.
Let's see. Let's go. Oh, I always like closing out with this one.
Yeah.
You got 30 seconds to tell the world something. Go.
30 seconds to tell the world something. First of all, go to freegiftfromdale.com. Do the exercises there. Secondly, check into my book, man. And look, it's not very expensive. I don't make much off of it. This is more about you than it is for me,
Right.
And look, there's so much impactful stuff and content there that look, it's the best $10 investment that you could make in your entire life, in my humble opinion.
Right. Well, hey, man. And it is. There's a lot of great advice, and it's not just about dating. It's more about just making you a better person.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And that's what I caught into it, because I was like sitting there, like I said, I was skimming through it, and I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I get it. It's got the influence of dating with it, but there's a lot more into it, and that's what I mean. Like I said, at first I was like, oh, this is just gonna be fun. We're just gonna talk about dating and stuff, and then I was like, this guy's really presenting some stuff in here, man. You went a little further than I was expecting, Dale. Kind of pissed me off. I was, I wanted to sit here and make a bunch of jokes about dating and weird things with animals, but whatever. So now we got that.
Well, that was the chapter that I kind of edited out. So
right.
Dale, man, hey, this has been a blast, man. You got to come back and talk with us again, dude. Seriously, bro.
I appreciate you guys again. Taking the time to allow me to come on and talk to you guys and everything. Awesome experience. You know what I mean? Like this was fantastic. A lot of fun.
Hey, brother, the pleasure was all ours.
Yeah,
We're so glad that you joined with us, man. Go to Dale Valor. You can Google him or freegiftfromdale.com. Check him out on his website. Get the book. If you're a guy out there dating, doing what you need to get done, this is a way to start doing it. So, Dale, again, thank you so much for being with us, brother. And we will definitely have you back again, man. Thank you so much.
I'm down. I'm super
excellent.
Down. So, all right. That's what's up. All right.
Thank you, bro. Oh. And that guy.
Whoa.
We already did that.
Yeah.
Jeez, I tell you. All right, hey man, that was blast, dude. I
could have talked to him for at least 2 more hours,
dude. I know. I'm like sitting here. I'm like, oh crap.
At least 2 more hours. Yeah.
But hey, again, freegiftfromdale.com. Go to the website or just Google Dale Valor. Like I said, I did it just to check on a couple things and everything about it. Like you'd think there'd be like 100 different Dale Valors that came on. No, it was right to his stuff, Instagram and all that. Listen, we're so glad to have him on. Make sure you check him out. Everybody that was joining in on the podcast, now you know where to go. Valor is VALOR, by the way.
Yeah.
I guess I should have clarified that more. Anyway, so that's it for Dale. That's it for us. Where's okay? So we got the guy up in the attic that gets all pushy. Oh, there it is. All right. There's our out cue music. And Andy, Roman Regrets. You got them coming up this week, don't you?
So we're pushing this week's recording to next week because us Star Wars show is ending this week, so we need a couple days to let it ferment in the old brain, and we're gonna have a guest on. Right? No, we're gonna have a guest on whose sister-in-law directed 2 of the episodes. So.
Oh, are you? Oh, finally. Okay, I remember you talking about that a while.
Well,
back.
we had him on a couple weeks ago when we talked mid-season stuff. So we're gonna do a wrap up with him. So, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. See,
yeah.
Dude,
all right,
how stoked are you for next week, though?
Dude, I was gonna say this guy. I've been trying to get. I've been trying to get through and trying to get on. And I'm trying to coordinate my graphics ability here. Here he is, Todd Huber from the Skateboarding Hall of Fame out of Simi Valley. This guy, it's an amazing story. I mean, the guy quit smoking back in the day, and he's like, I got all this extra money. I don't know what to do with it. And starts buying up all these old skateboards and collecting them. And he's like, what am I going to do with them? So then he goes, and anyway, you got to tune in next week. Todd Huber, just a fun guy. If you like anything about skateboarding, this is a show to check out. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. So yeah, very excited. I'm very excited. I love skateboarding. I have lots of friends into it. Anyway, and we're working on a bunch of things. So anyway, next week, 4 p.m. Central. It'll also be kind of a birthday present to myself because I'll be celebrating my birthday the week after that, so there won't be a show. So yeah, we'll be doing that.
We'll pre-party. We'll pre-party on that show.
Pre-party, bro.
Yeah.
Getting all fired up, dude. Get the kegger gun. Or
dude,
not.
Hell yeah. Come on.
Pre-game.
Pre-game to the real game. Come on.
Right? Yeah. And my mom's coming out, so I'm getting
nice.
I'm going to get Dairy Queen ice cream cake. It's going to be awesome.
Mother Random will show.
Mother Random will show. Maybe I'll do a couple little quick lives with her while she's there.
That would be fun.
So yeah, we'll maybe I'll bring her in the studio for a little bit and we can talk.
Maybe.
But if Clinton shows up, I can't let her
keep her away from Clinton.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised my wife was that's right, she was out. But
right, yeah. But no,
that would have been awkward.
Yeah, a check-in with Mother Random.
Yes, Mother Random. All right, so for that guy right over there, that's Andy. I'm Christian. Thank you all so very much for joining in with us. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, spread the word around. Be good out there, okay? And take care of each other. We're all we got. God bless you all. We'll see you next week. Peace out, my homies, and we will see you next week.